no. Let me make sure that that came across. Listening for audio. And it is working. Alrighty. Okay, it's been a while since I've had to work with a setup. 1 week will do that to you. Well, it's been interesting doing this, doing fewer streams over the last couple of weeks. Very interesting. Can we use this as a weapon? No idea. Time to cook banana. Yeah, right. So like I was saying, it's been interesting doing this streaming once a week. I've been meaning to do more than that, but I confess I've been a wee bit tired. A little bit of a weariness, you could say. Well, silly banana. Well. Ooh, is this new? Yeah, not worth it. Alright, since I already have it, of course. Plasma blaster. Oh, yes, this one. Forgot. Gotta find myself a baseball bat. Swap that out. Yeah, no. There we go. I've noticed a couple of things over the time that I've been doing these fewer streams. A couple of things that I've realized, and you know, it's got me thinking about things that I want to change for the upcoming months. I'll be sure to tell you all about it in a little while. Right now it's just me rambling, of course, which I tend to do a lot during these things. Too bad there's not a baseball field around here on the map that I can go and visit. Get a baseball bat, guaranteed. That'd be nice. You know, baseball is the most popular sport in Japan. As I understand, it's the only country where it's the most popular. Well, very shortly I'm going to be getting rid of the snow background for this stream, because spring is officially upon us. It has taken a while for that to happen. And it's early this year. But we've been in like this limbo between winter and spring for a long time. And now it's finally starting to break. And spring has won out. Not liking those. There, swap that out. I guess I should be focusing on the quest. Right. Let's see, track that one. Oh, is that the last one? Huh. Dandy. Cowboy Bebop, or whatever that thing is. Interesting. It makes sense that they would try and bring that over here. Uh-oh. If only the collisions with the tree were so friendly to the vehicle. Oh, these are just bots. Whoop-de-doo. Ooh. I'll take that. Whoa, that's not a bot. Well, now. Don't mind me, buddy. Ah, shoot. Not a good setup for that. Oh well. Boy. Should have stayed on the quest. So, I don't know how many people are going to be tuning in for it today, so I'm just gonna state it right now, just in case there's somebody who actually watches this later on. Can I move this thing? This thing is actually a little too close. Here we go. Just realized that it's like way close to my face, causing a strange shadow. Okay, so during this time period, I've been thinking about what is the main goals of doing streams, doing videos, trying to evaluate, especially as we get closer to summer when I'm going to go back to having more time for this sort of stuff. Because we are almost halfway done with this change in my schedule, and that means very soon it's going to return to what it was beforehand, which is doing 2 to 3 streams a week, maybe even more. Well, I've done a reevaluation of that. And I heard from somebody a very interesting outlook on things. And I'm going to actually have a slightly different focus. because I realize I am not I'm not a super engaging individual to have on streams. Do I have interesting stories to tell? Yes, I do realize that. I have stories galore to tell people. That doesn't tend to happen very well for streams. At least these sorts of streams. That goes to a different sort of audience. So, one of the things that I am putting into consideration, not sold yet, but putting into the consideration of things to do, things to change, is we're going to be trying out getting rid of our community game streams. They don't really serve the purpose that they once did. Could that change? Yeah. But see, down deep, I'm a storyteller. I'm not a gamer. Can I game? Yes. But that's not who I am down deep. Down deep, I'm an artist. I'm a storyteller. I want that to be the main focus. I mean, I made Castercraft for a reason. Got rid of a lot of the trees here. But I also learned something. In the world of online spaces and streams, gaming tends to draw out the wrong sort of audience. Tends. I'm not saying that everyone who is in the streaming space of games is somehow messed up or anything. I'm not saying that. But I have noticed a trend across other streams I've been observing. Energy and adrenaline related sort of games tend to draw out some of the more questionable communities. I still want games to be a part of it, but it's not going to be in the way that it has been. I want it to be more meaningful. And I don't know what that's going to be. But I want to change that. Maybe it's also because I'm realizing that some of the games out there that are super popular, things like this, are, well, their days are numbered. I've been saying that for a long time. For the first time over the last couple of years, I actually believe we've crossed one of those thresholds. We're not there yet, but it's definitely on its way out. And I'm not going to be chasing after different sorts of games in order to try and find the next big thing. So anyway, coming around to the month of June, we're going to be doing one of our last community games. It's not going to be forever. It's more just going to be greatly reduced from what it currently is. Ooh, ouch. I want that. Oof. It's not good. Anyway, I'm not the first person to notice kind of the changing times. First person to notice this was actually a streaming friend of mine. And he had a very interesting take on that. And a bit of a warning. One that he's been experiencing. He's a bit bigger than me, just a wee bit. He has much more engagement because he does an earlier time slot. But he has noticed his community starting to change. The mentality is changing. And as such, he's starting to see some of the unfortunate consequences of the world of streaming and how it can really start to impact people, especially those who have been doing it for a couple of years. The communities are falling apart. That was one of the first things he noticed. And I've noticed it too. Just for different reasons, in different ways. And that's honestly not bad. I've been saying multiple times that I want people to find a chance to disconnect and go into the real world. I don't want people to stay stuck on the online spaces. This is a place to kind of serve as like an in-between, in my personal opinion. An in-between between here and whatever sort of community you'll be a part of. Well, we've started to see a lot of our members kind of experiencing that. And that is a positive. People are going off into the real world. They have different activities, different jobs, different communities and friends, relationships, whatnot. It makes perfect sense. But I have noticed a very gradual decline. Oh, hey there. So anyway, it's not a bad thing for people to be changing their areas. But I noticed something, and this is where this actually becomes a bit of a concern. Oh, dang it. The reason why it becomes a bit of a concern. Because streaming platforms are having a hard time trying to get people trying to make it so that smaller creators can be found. So thus, the decline begins in that way. And again, honestly, the goal is to try and make sure people engage their local community. That is the first and foremost desire that I want. Be here for a time, but use it as like a jumping off point to be able to go into the real world and find community. But it also can become a black hole of that just kind of sucks everyone in and kind of stays there. That's something you want to avoid. But on the contrast, if you're in the creator aspect, your black hole doesn't tend to be one where you get sucked in and you don't leave. Is that you're in an area that is gradually losing interest. And that is the part that I think changing up the streams is going to help. Because the main focus is not the games. The main focus is not even the art. The goal is to be able to make an area where people can find civility, to be able to engage one another in civility, to be able to learn, tell stories, share your creative artwork, things like that. Anyway, things like that. If you don't have a place where that stuff is thriving, well, then you're going to be just chasing the next fad. And that's the part I want to break from, especially as things start to change. Because again, with the last couple of weeks, I've been noticing this happening for other areas. I think that we're there. Again, we'll find out when we come to June, July, when the streams go back to their regular scheduled programming. But so if we do get rid of it, what is it going to be replaced with? Well, what it's going to be replaced with is things that are related to the storytelling. I know, I talk about that, hey, there's storytelling in the workings, and most people don't see that. Part of that reason is because there are the other streams. And I'm trying to figure out how to best make those things happen over the coming weeks, coming months. Because a lot of it is very close to being revealed. And that's where it comes to the next thing that I've been learning. When I did my very first YouTube videos, I found them very, very, very hard to do. And I've made videos for a long time. But when it came to making YouTube videos, I struggled immensely. And I couldn't figure out why. Well, I finally have an understanding of it. I understand how to make long-form content, not short-form. That's one of the reasons why the discussions about Star Wars, for example, were longer than the actual episodes that we were analyzing. I do long-form. I analyze things way too deep. And as such, I tell stories that are very, very, very deep. Golly, there's been hours where I can just ramble about a string of stories and they all seem to work out. That's my sort of mindset. I'm able to tell those sorts of stories, and I can't do the short form. I also struggle with the stream side. I mean, I'm fine being on streams. I find telling stories, but I don't do well with streaming in the sense that most streams are about trying to build up adrenaline, build up crowd reactions, those sorts of things. I don't do that. In fact, the moment people start trying to do it, I tend to bottle up. Maybe you've noticed. But it does happen a bit. And I don't think that's a bad thing. In fact, I think that's exactly the way that it should be for me. Exactly the way that it should be. There we go. Interesting. So anyway, we all have our strengths. And we have our weaknesses. One of my weaknesses is normal YouTube videos. Again, there's a reason why I don't make YouTube videos. I make streams because I know how to ramble. But when it comes to making a YouTube video, it takes me hours and hours longer than the average person because I'm all about trying to refine it. I hate shortcuts. I hate those shortcuts a ton. And so when I see people able to churn out a video a day, could I do that? Yes. But at the cost of everything else. It's not who I am. And I learned that early on, but then a couple of years ago, somebody reached out to me and said, hey, I want you to make YouTube videos for our channel. And I agreed to it. I didn't know what to do about it. I was in the process of trying to learn, and I was getting faster. Just not fast enough. And things never quite panned out. And then, of course, all the other things happened that brought that stuff to an end. But I learned in the process that it is not in my nature to do YouTube videos. They're not meaningful enough. At least in the terms of entertainment. Most YouTube videos, when they are in entertainment form, are very short and meaningless. Sure, you can tell a good story on YouTube. I'm a big fan of a lot of YouTube channels, but they don't tell the sort of stories I would tell. And I've written scripts, I've tried to get the hang of it, and every story that I write ends up being massive. I'm a saga writer. And I realize that now. I used to think that maybe I could be a saga writer, but I never quite believed that. And now, over the last few months, I now believe that wholeheartedly. But nobody knows what it is because they haven't seen it. Darn, you can't pick up two of them. That's unfortunate. Alright, there we go, little buddy. Thank you. Now water the rock. There was a streamer who was remarking on this not long ago. He was analyzing how his content had changed over the years. And he mentioned about how he went from being a nobody to suddenly having multi-millions. It made a lot of people jealous in the process, and he was mentioning about that story. I don't usually feel jealousy in that sense, but what I feel is disappointment, realizing that I'm not where I would like to be. Not where I would like to be. I want to be able to go farther and faster than where I currently am. And when I see somebody else succeed, it more just discourages me because I look at myself and think I should be moving faster. I should be going farther. But the world of streaming is fickle. And I do believe it is on its way out. Eventually, we'll all start to realize this. I think that some people, including some people that were big doubters and that sort of that things would change, are starting themselves to realize that things are not quite going the way that they used to. You're never going to get another PewDiePie. You're never going to get another Markiplier. You're not really going to get a whole lot of more big time streamers that haven't been created by someone else. Correction, by a company. It's just not going to happen. I knew that a couple of years ago, and I now believe it all the more with how things are changing in our culture in terms of the streaming world. And as such, I kind of want to future-proof these things, and that's why I went on with Castercraft. As of June, Castercraft will be officially the number one thing that I work on during all these streams. Now, it kind of already has been for a while, but it hasn't been officially in that category. And by removing our gaming streams, it's going to be replaced with only Castercraft. The Castercraft streams also will be a little bit shorter, because I do my best work when I'm able just to focus. As such, the streams will be shortish, so I can get the concept down, promote some of the stuff that's coming out, and then be able to tell a story or two, and then go back to focusing on getting it done. Baseball bat. Car, perfect. Anyway, one of the things I've said in the past has been, if you find anything of interest, would you consider liking or disliking the video? That way I know whether or not you are a human or a bot, or, you know, a little bit more so than not. And while I still appreciate it, I also realize that, you know what, I'm not the type of person that's going to really find much. I'm not going to find things really sort of taking off in the way that others have. So I need to focus on that which I know I can do, and that is to make stuff for Castercraft. So instead, I would like to say, if you find interest in the sort of person that I am, in the stories that I tell, in the art that I do, or in the mentality that I have, would you consider subscribing to Castercraft on YouTube or Rumble? That would be the most meaningful. Liking the stream is wonderful. Don't get me wrong on that. But the most important thing right now is to make sure that Castercraft has a fighting chance at being able to find success over the next couple of weeks. I can't buy anything from here, can I? That's right. Well, that was meaningless. Okay, let's see here. Actually, I might be able to still get into... There we go. I think there should be something around here. Got to get a car. Interesting. There's an alarm that goes off now. Cool. Of course, nothing in here. Oh boy. So, where else can I get a coin? Just need one. Nothing too fancy. Just one of your little digital currencies that somehow it's not in a digital form, at least in this world. I mean, technically it's digital because it's in a game, but yeah. Oh well. By the way, have you noticed... Now this is a bit interesting to me. There has been a focus by the new administration to have a strategic crypto reserve. And they're trying to treat it like it's gold or silver. It's strategic to have. You know, I've been wondering, now I don't know this for a fact, only Trump and his administration knows why they're doing it. I don't think they're actually trying to invest in Bitcoin, if I'm to be completely honest. Sure, they may be doing it right now. It's not going to turn out the way that we think. The reason why is because, well, Bitcoin is the currency of criminals. And the more I hear about how people use Bitcoin, the more I'm thinking, you know what? They're trying to shut it down. Or somebody's trying to shut it down. If the Trump administration isn't intentionally trying to do it, they're definitely in the process of unintentionally doing it. Do you realize all the crime that takes place in there? I would dare say the majority of the world trafficking probably is happening as a result of it. I heard about the amount of crime that takes place in there, and I just thought, that's outlandish. They're able to use it to get away with everything. Well, if you're Trump, who's somebody who wants to stop crime in this country, one of the ways you can do that is by shutting down crypto. Well, it also allows you to kind of shut down a lot of the scam artists that are using it. People get scammed out of billions of dollars all the time. Yeah, he got away. Greetings, EG wife. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing fine, just rambling as normal. How you doing? Yeah, take that, rat. Oh, shoot. I thought the rat was down. Halfway. It's been a busy last couple of weeks. It's going to continue being busy for until about June. How are things up in the northern part of the state? Been being lazy, getting ready for bed. Understandable. I'll hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Weather down here has really changed. It feels like spring now. Or, well, you know, spring where it's still freezing outside. And we want your feedback. Which of the following features do you dislike? Armored truck heist, vault heist, surface stations, LMTs, leaderboards. Okay. Movement controls fishing. Fishing, because I still think they need to do more with the fishing. Oh, that's interesting. Most interesting. So anyway, as I was mentioning, I feel like we're about ready to see things really fall apart for the crypto world. Now, I'm not somebody to give financial advice, but I do know this. The real world lasts far longer than the digital, and eternity lasts way longer than the physical. If we were to pick a place to spend our wealth, to spend our money, which would you prefer? The digital world, the physical, or the eternal? Now, as a Christian, we focus on that which is eternal first and foremost. Everything in this world will disappear, even stuff that is digital. But if you're in the physical world, you have physical needs. We're not feeding ourselves on manna right now. While it would be nice, only a few people in history have ever been able to do that. But we live on physical material. We eat, we drink, we breathe the air. It's all physical. When I think about currency, I don't like the idea of a digital. It's very easy to abuse. Incredibly easy to abuse. Greetings, Cobisme. How you doing? So while I can't necessarily give any sort of financial advice, I do know that there are many people in this world who are being scammed. And that's the one part that concerns me about a lot of these things. So in this game, where they have even the crypto inside this game, what's it all revolve around? Crime. So anyway, I expect it'll probably be a concern. Found EG wife here? Yes, you did. Oh, hello. Ooh, that's a pretty nice shirt. Speaking of shirts, I have a screen printer I've been building over the last couple of months. A little bit here and there. Well, I found a problem with the previous screen printer that I had, because it was causing the shirts to get flooded with ink. And I couldn't make heads or tails as to why. I finally figured it out. And so I am going to be reprinting the screen. Hopefully, hey, good wolf. Yeah, eat that robot. I found the problem. Now, we'll see if it actually pans out, but it appeared to me that it was the way that there was too much of a gap between the screen and the shirt. And so it was ending up just absolutely obliterating any of the details that were in it. That's something I found out over the Christmas break, and I've not been able to really finish the design. It's right over there. I mean, right behind my computer. I have tinkered on it a little bit here and there. Oh, just got a notification that my phone was dying on battery. There we go. There's a lot of projects that I need to start wrapping up, and one of them is the t-shirts. The time for Printium is long since gone, in my personal opinion, but oh, golly. Attacked by a pickle. Dandy. Well, and that's some losses. I think I'm at 3. Maybe 4. Don't know. Oh well. So when it comes to this whole attempt for a strategic crypto supply, who is benefiting? And if it's supposed to be so strategic and an investment for the country, why is the value going down? Have you noticed? Well, if you're in the crypto sphere, you probably have noticed it. You're probably not so happy about it. Let me actually pull this up because this is very interesting. By the way, yet again, there are tens of thousands of crypto coins out there. So you want to talk about inflation, this is like the epitome of inflation. All right. Where is that? All right. Oh, yep, indeed. It's going down. And that's a substantial amount. Substantial. You went from almost breaking 100,000, and now it's at 86. But look, it's on a 1% increase. Well, not if we go out a month. Go out a year. This was the highest I ever got. 100,000. It's gone down ever since. Anyway, it's important to realize about that stuff because a lot of people are going to come up to you and say, hey, you should make an investment into my cryptocurrency or or I can help you barter for your cryptocurrency. There's a lot of people doing that. Those are the scammers. They're trying to separate you from your physical wealth to give you a digital wealth. Now, again, if you're a Christian, you know that it is not good to be focused on the physical, your physical treasures, nor should you be focused on your digital ones. It is a tool. It is a tool to do what is right in this world. And you can abuse it, and you can do what's wrong with it. And that's not going to go over so very well. simply the best, or simply not. So I know there's a lot of hype out there. People are saying you should make your investments now and, oh, you're going to miss out. But here's the thing. If it's really worth something, it will still be there. You don't have to be spooked into making the investment. Buy what you need. And don't expect to be rich overnight. Last I checked, that's not what God wants us to do. He wants us to use our wealth, our treasure, for Him and His kingdom. And if we're so focused on ourselves, our own earthly well-being, well, that means we're sacrificing our role in His kingdom in that sense. Now, we can still use it appropriately. I'm not going to deny that some people can use it for good. I just question if they become so obsessed and they start shouting out to the moon and whatever nonsense the crypto bros like to say. Because in the end, the most important thing is whether or not you are doing what's right. That's why I'm not thinking that it's going to last. And so despite the fact that I do approve of a lot of changes that our government has been going through over the last couple of months, or last couple of weeks, I don't agree with this one. And I think we're all going to be very disappointed when we see kind of the fallout of it. So, anyway, that's my thoughts on the matter. Greetings there, Bastion. So my Tamagotchi collection isn't a good investment? Bastion, you can make your collection. I'm not going to discourage you from that. Just remember this. Don't sacrifice doing what's good to have your collection. Have your collection if you don't miss out on doing what's right. Oh my gosh. That reminds me of the Beanie Baby craze that took place. All these people investing millions of dollars into Beanie Babies. And the industry crashed. The toys are great. I mean, for kids, Beanie Babies are some of the best things you can get them. In my personal opinion, if you have kids, get them a Beanie Baby. Honestly, it's way more fun than an action figure, and way more that you can do with it. But it's not a collector's item. It's a toy. Like Woody says, "You are a toy." I know. I wish I could scream out the lines. That would be all the more interesting. But again, I'm in an apartment, and that's not going to go over very well. I'm going to be stuck at this apartment for about another year. But I'm trying to figure out how to leave. Find a new place, and then I can shout to my heart's content and into the mic, and your ears will not be too very pleased with that. Irashimasu. Really, there's nothing up there? Wait a minute. Maybe it's under here. Oh, just that. Whoop-de-doo. Janitor closet. I remember seeing something about how a divorced couple had to divide their collection of Beanie Babies. Oh, that's dorky. Could you imagine? What a trivial thing to do. Oh, and splitting the Beanie Babies is also trivial. Oh, I want to read that sign. Please drive safely. Nah. So I mentioned this at the start of the stream, for those that didn't hear it. The time frame of my limited stream schedule ends in June, in July time frame. Oh, you have a baseball bat. Yep, just what I needed. I'll swap out for this. Thank you very much. And ooh. Yep, I'll take that too. Baseball time. Shoot. I wanted to do a home run there. I missed the swords. Oh, come on. What is going on here? There we go. Okay, that did not turn out very well. Oh, come on. Phooey. Why would my character keep attacking like that? I was trying to run and jump, and so... that's weird. Very peculiar. Anyway, June, July is when the streams go back to normal-ish. But we're probably going to be having the community games taking a hiatus afterwards. We'll figure out what that looks like moving forward. But yeah, around June they'll be shifting. I'm open to ideas about what it can morph into. I'm not going to be a if there's interest in it, we'll still keep some things around, but it's going to be far less. Right now, it is 3 times a month, every week, with the exception of the last week. It's probably going to become about once a month at this point. I don't know what day. It might be twice a month, but that's if I can get into the swing of some of these other projects. These other projects, ooh, I want so badly for you guys to see it. I really do. We're almost there in so many ways. But it's going to take some work, some hard work to try and get it all squared away. That's one of the reasons why we don't stream daytime stuff. Because I need to focus on working on that stuff. The reason why we don't have Saturday community game streams, why we have it in the night on Friday, it's that reason. I need to focus on the projects. I need to get more work done. Well, when we go back to the regular hours, that's going to happen again. I need to focus on it during the daytime. And any sort of community activities will have to be relegated to the evening. Although we might be able to make it a little bit earlier than what it currently is. God, I had another loss to that. Oh boy. Just what I need. Another loss. Failure. Alright, so I need to get a crypto coin for this thing to work. Where are these things? By the way, last week was the Blender Challenge. And the test went well. Very well. I don't know if we'll do the bring in competitors for the next one. I don't think it's a big enough stream for that. But the concept now works, and it went really smooth with the for the previous one. Very few problems. What is this thing? Oh yeah, that. I rendered some stuff out, and it's looking pretty decent. And that reminds me that there is actually quite a lot of renders that I've been doing over the last couple of days. And ooh, hot tub. Hey, the hot tub heals, just not shield. Ugh. I miss hot tubs. Anyway, been doing a lot of renders. Oof. That's a little close. So hopefully, when we go back to when I'm able to go down in my hours at work once again, I'll be able to really start to churn out some of these stories. Because, man, my brain has been on all cylinders thinking about all these neat things that can be done. Oh, I messed that one up. Angle was slightly off. Let me guess. This is the one that doesn't actually have anything. Never mind. There is something here. Maybe it's random. Baseball bat. Yep, that's a real treasure. No coins, though. dance. I don't want to know anything about that. Crime is like a dance. A bank job is a ballet. Careful choreography. Carefully choreographed. Choreographed. Everybody. Oh. Stop talking so fast. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, never mind. I don't like what you have to say there. In fact, think about the nonsense you said. All right, where do I find a crypto coin? All right, Crime City. Maybe there's something over there. Hey, look at this. Have you noticed how many people on the online spaces have they've all been mentioning about how things are falling apart and how the money is not there anymore. The money has never been here for these streams. Never. I found out from a streaming friend that they actually make the equivalent in 1 month what I've made in 3 years. In 1 month. I've made a total over 3 years. $300. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Then you start to spread it out over the hours. Then you start to realize, oh my, that is less than like 25 cents an hour. Less than that. I think I've streamed a total of it's a couple thousand hours at this point. Yeah, it's like 25 cents at best. But so a lot of people are starting to realize that the money is no longer there, and they've started to bow out. Well, then I got a question for those sorts of people. Did you really stream because you thought you could get rich quick? There's no such thing as getting rich quick in our modern day. The people that get rich quick usually luck out. There's no formula for it. Once you've done it the first time, nobody, and I do mean nobody, can repeat it. Sure, some people will find a different approach to the same thing, but it's never the same. And that's how come they're able to find a way around it. You're never going to see a person streaming games making $1 million again. You're never going to see somebody making their own game show out of nowhere that is going to make millions of dollars. Now, if they take a different approach to it, they might find success. But for those people that are just like, oh, well, I just got to grind harder. No, that doesn't happen. And to think that it does is really deceptive to yourself. It doesn't do any favors for you. The reason why I bring this up is because there are still people that are making life decisions to try and get into streaming just because they think there's money. Just because they think there's money to be had. It doesn't exist. Never did. Well, it did, but, for a very, very small number of people. Nothing under here, is there? Nope. It's kind of like a bank heist. Once a criminal finds a way to rob a bank, they're going to increase security, and it will never happen again. Not in that way. Nothing under here, is there? I thought there would be something around here. Nope. Well, okay. Here I thought a bank would actually have, you know, vault in it. Besides, even if you could get rich quick, your money will disappear as quickly as it came in. If it was a slow grind, it's probably going to last a while. If it comes in overnight, it's going to leave overnight. It's one of the reasons why I find it so comical that for the people that wanted to get into this stuff for the money, you just gotta ask, well, if you got in it for the money, what are you gonna do when it disappears? When the dream disappears? You just gonna quit? And if you quit, are you going to find the next big thing to try and make your multi-millions on? Have you thought that maybe life's not about trying to earn a fast dollar, and instead trying to find purpose and meaning? Trying to help others, be of service to each other, work in ministry. Those things are going to be more fulfilling. And no amount of money is going to be able to replace that, no matter how fast you got it. You crime, we shine. Interesting. Not a lot of people around here. Might as well. Alright, so this is where you spend that stuff. But I don't have anything. You don't have anything. Oh, wait a minute. Kaboom. Yep, indeed, buddy. Did he give me a quest and I just wasn't noticing it? Greetings, North Carolina native. How are you doing? Caught a Jeff stream on my way to bed. Well, hope things are going well for you. It's been a Busy week for me. And we're going to be pressing on with this busy schedule for me until about June, July. Then things kind of go back to a more regular schedule. Hope you have a very pleasant Saturday. Oh, come on. How can I clobber you with a baseball bat if you run away? Oh, come on. Shoot. Messed that one up. Boy, that bat is hard to work with. I've not really seen anybody using it super effectively. It's definitely not as good as this sword. Real shame. Real shame. How would you rate the technical performance of your last game? Technical? Very poor, many issues. Okay, had some issues. Very good, no issues. It's probably some issues. Did any of the following performance issues occur during the game? Other issues: game freezing randomly, players appear to run in place, game appears blurry, actions are delayed, gameplay and animations seem choppy. Well, it's not really any of these. It's other issues. Yeah, there we go. Scientific experimentation. Boom. That is such a dorky response for that character. Not a fan of how that emo works. You know, I just realized I don't have the backpack for this guy. I got a sword, and this was for the other guy. Here we go. Bring back the squirrel. Wait a second. Oh, never mind. I love the Japanese, but I hear the Japanese talk too much. Japanese. Yeah, clever. I've been listening to some nice dorky dad jokes. And what was one of the ones I came across a while back? What was it? Oh yeah, I heard about a cheese factory that blew up in France. Debris is everywhere. Oh my goodness. There are so many great dad jokes. And what's really weird to me is the number of people who can't stand dad jokes. Well, I think it's more like they cringe at it. But they're hilarious. I don't know why people have such a big issue with them. I think it's more like culturally they don't understand how to tell a witty joke. Because I notice some of the people that hate dad jokes the most are the ones that, well, let's just face it, they tend to have some more inappropriate humor. Debris, ha ha ha. Yes, indeed. Like, something like your mom jokes are really bad, honestly, because it's insulting to somebody. Whereas dad jokes are just clean, fun humor. It doesn't have to happen at anybody's expense. And technically, that is considered high humor, because back in the olden days, that was considered the pinnacle of a person's wit, if you could be able to play on words for your jokes and still tell a meaningful message. Bring back some old English humor. These turtles don't really move anymore. Are little turtles going to start appearing everywhere? I want a sword. There is no sword. Ugh. Are there more fishing spots? That's not good. 2 health. Man, that was close. That was very, very close. Growing up, I remember going from liking dinosaurs to liking girls. Triceratops to oh my goodness. That's that like gray zone area. Oh, not good. Oh, golly, that was way too close. Eat the very delicious, safe corn. It's totally not full of dangerous chemicals. All right. Where to now? Was snuck that one in there. Yeah, we like high humor there, not low bottom of the barrel humor. We said clean humor, something for everybody. You know, there was, that reminds me of when I was a kid, there was a hilarious, CD that we had listened to. It was, there's 2 CDs. It was part of a, Comedians Through the Ages, collection. One of them had, Andy Griffith. Now, for those that have not heard Andy Griffith's jokes, he had kind of an old-timey sort of American humor that it didn't really age all that well. It was pretty clever for the time, but if you were to try and tell his jokes now, nobody would know what they mean. Like he's making jokes about, oh golly, close. He would tell jokes about sports that no longer really apply. It's humor that became locked by time. Well, there was another comedian who told humor that was a little bit better. It transcended time a little bit better, and it was hilarious. And well, that was until Bill Cosby was no longer considered acceptable humor to listen to. It's amazing how things like that happen. You have a change in culture that locks a comedian into their generation. Another one is Lucille Ball. She is hilarious with a lot of the jokes she did. And the thing is that they actually have aged really well. People still think very highly of her comedy routines. Red Skelton did fairly well at being able to be timeless, although people don't think about him as much. Charlie Chaplin. that's somebody that has transcended. Continues to be a very popular comedian in the silent movie genre, but he's also an incredibly swell fella. Very good fella. And so not only was he hilarious, he had an incredible reputation that really made him a popular figure from coast to coast and across the world. Oh, golly, that's not good. Close. My parents... Wait. The parents met at the zoo, where they both got put into the same cage. What? My parents met at the zoo. They both worked at a zoo? You know, I always thought it'd be interesting to work at a zoo, come to think of it. Little squishy fella. You know, my dad liked Red Skelton. He's good. By the way, have you seen the film Southern Yankee? Both orangutans. Oh my. Well, that sounds like monkey business to me. Golly. Have you heard of the movie Southern Yankee? It is probably Red Skelton's best film. It is hilarious. Very few people know about it, as I understand. You haven't seen it? It's... If I was a student in the theater department, I would have made an entire performance off of this movie. It is great. Southern Yankee. Man, I don't know how that movie did not do better as the years have gone on. Nobody knows about it, but everybody who's seen it thinks it's one of the best black and white films of all time. That's an oxymoron. But anyway, gotta check out, yes, the fact that he's a Southern Yankee, indeed. But that's part of the joke. It's that's part of the plot of the story. If you liked the TV series Hogan's Heroes, you will find this hilarious. A lot of the stuff in Hogan's Heroes, you could say, is kind of in that same vein of being behind enemy lines, playing dumb, and it is oh, hey there. You're not a player, are you? Oh yeah, no you're not. I'm robbing this place. Don't worry, I'll return it once I find that crypto coin. There is nothing around here, is there? It's kind of hard to find Southern Yankee, honestly. It's a movie that we could only find in VHS for years. Finally, it appeared in DVD, and I think the only way to really find it now is either through Amazon or by some sort of online internet archive. It's an old movie, but it's like its wit and humor is as if it was filmed by like some like film students the other year, and that they just stylized the footage or whatnot. It's very, very well done. That reminds me, we still need to. I keep saying that I want to be able to show the movie in time on it and have it a watch party, but never quite got that squared away. Found it. It's paired with another skeleton movie called Spy. Seems to be in color. What? Color? Wait a minute. Did they make a colored version of this? No, I'm only seeing the black and white version. I mean, there's the movie poster that's in color. Here's the film. Yeah, classic, incredible film. Oh golly, just think through some of the shenanigans that take place in it. Yeah, highly suggest this for a movie night. Top-notch movie. May just be the poster. That would make sense, because I've not seen anybody change it to color. Now you could do it. I just haven't heard of anybody taking the time to pull that off. It's not a super popular movie, so it wouldn't seem to me like it would get that treatment. You know, probably not. But the other movie that we need to do a watch party for on the Discord is the movie In Time. I keep saying that needs to happen, and I love that film. The more I think about it, the more I think it's just how incredible it is. Just gotta find the time frame to do it. Did they get rid of the crypto coins? I've not seen any of that. Finish him. Look at that fancy weapon. Lovely. In Time with Justin Timberlake. I think that's the actor. I'm trying being a Civil War reenactor, but every time I put on the uniform, I got a group of old guys who would point at me and yell "Stolen Valor." Oh, golly. Close-ish. I'll take that. Stolen valor. Yeah, In Time. One of the best sci-fi movies that just for the deep thoughts that it sparks. Very good film. Highly underrated. But yeah, I have the movie. I've been meaning to do a watch party with that. Just gotta find the time to do it. All the people I said, like, hey, this is something we should watch together, most of them are not around anymore. And so, it's not been something I really thought about, really trying to follow up with. This thing is powerful. Yeah, that bullet speed though, a little tricky. Come on. Ridiculous. I remember seeing that one. Everybody dies at 30. Everyone's given a clock that lets them live to 30. And then they can purchase more time. Well, they can work for more time. It's fascinating. It makes you never see your time the same way again. Everything that you do has a cost. And that's the moral of the story. This thing's a bit clunky. Not necessarily the best sniper that they could have. I think it's because I was too zoomed in to get good, accurate shots there. Reload that, double check it. Coins are only in banks, but I went to a bank and I didn't see any coins. Is it a specific bank? Or do people just land there at the very beginning so they get it and then, then it's not there when I get there? Because that's also possible. What is that wolf token up there? Oh no! Hello there, buddy. What are you trying to do? Taco cat. Mm-hmm. Dang it. Who's shooting? Howdy there, Bastion. How you doing? Indeed. Still a quack. Whoa! Oh. Well. Guess that pistol has a place. Have to watch out for that. Alright, well, while we go into the next round here, I'm going to get myself a little bit more water. Because, man, I have been dehydrated the last couple of weeks. North Carolina native says, well, I need to get to bed. I'll catch you later, Jeff. Rest well, North Carolina native. I know it's early in the morning for where you are. So you're getting to bed way too early. Or way too late. See you later. And see you next time, whenever that is. Alright. Bastion, lead me to a coin. I need to find coin. Follow Godzilla. Oh, this bank. Okay. Alright, we don't have anybody pursuing us, thankfully. Ew, Bastion's got a giant moth with him. Godzilla playing with bugs. Oh, here's the vault. I need to find me a thermite device. Where? Oh, where? Thermite. Come on, let me use you to burn down the door. Actually, you probably need to find a laser too. Maybe it's out here. No, just shields. Still useful, but not quite what I'm looking for. It's not on the roof, is it? Oh, there we go. Murder Lizard has found it. Perfect. Oh my, that's quite the skin on your vehicle there. Ugh. Kind of disturbing, actually. Oh, and you're running around with the tennis shoes. More. Perfect. That's what I needed. And there's no laser that I can see in the area, so this is going to be a little bit slower, I think. Placing the thermite. Burn away. Oh, enemy team outside. Or I think it was an enemy team out there. Come back here, you. You're gonna guard. Come down, fight. If only bullets actually worked on a giant door like this. Good thing they bring so much ammo with them. Oh, you're a bigger one, are you? There we go. Oh, wonderful. Well done, Murder Lizard. Crypto, yes. 1 dill coin. Another dill coin. Sniper rifle and that. Leave the thermite. Don't need any more of that. No, thank you. I still wonder what would have happened if I had actually made an investment into crypto back when my roommate told me to. Probably wouldn't have turned out very well for me, honestly. Sure, would it have been a fortune? Absolutely. But you know, some things are better left having never been done. I don't think if I had made it rich, if I would have actually turned out well. Probably wouldn't have been good at all. Whereas I got a chance to focus more on mental growth and spiritual growth than upon financial growth. And honestly, the other two are going to serve much better in the long run. Alright, we need to go buy something. Spend this crypto before it goes belly up. I'm getting inside. It's too dangerous out there. I'm here to buy from you. Oh, you didn't need to do that. Alright, into the black market. What can we buy down here? Oh, there you are. Fancy, fancy stuff. Okay, vulture boom. Got a sword here? No? Alright, well, Falcon Sniper. Yeah, let's get that. Fabulous. What is this one? Salt Burst. Bastion, what do you want? I got an extra coin. You want to get through that door? I don't think so. Pick your treasure wisely. You only get one. You want this? There you go. Right here. Nice golden sniper. And here, let me give you some ammo for that as well. Lucky you. Alright, well, we're done buying from here, so... Gotta take out the criminals. Swap that out. Another back there. This laser is... It's kind of interesting. We've been seeing lasers in our world for a long time. And yet we've yet to really get to the point where lasers are a weapon like we see in sci-fi movies. It makes me wonder if we'll ever get there. Ooh, gloves. Yes, I'll take that. Swap out this. Perfect. Gloves, the true successor to the sword. The katana. Ew, look at that, a launch pad. Might as well throw it down there. Time to use it. Trampoline. Alright, there's somebody over there. Alright, sniper time. Take this, Aang. Why can't I hit Aang? Oh, I'm a terrible shot. What the? That should have been a hit. Well done. So I gotta figure out a time to watch the movie in time. Because right now, maybe it's gonna be something where it's like a Friday at the middle of the month. Because right now, the end of the month is the Blender Challenge. And that's gonna keep growing over the next couple of months. And so maybe the movies would be second Friday of the month. But I want to have a bit of a list before that begins. I have to think about that one. I got too many things to try and organize. Maybe I'll just shelve that idea. All right, somebody's over here. What the? That sniper rifle's worthless. Why'd I get it? You know, something else to think about the, because I'm still thinking a little bit about the crypto and value of time and whatnot from that movie that I want to watch. The Silverado stuff is something where I keep dabbling on that just a little bit here and there. I'm about ready to upload the next iteration. I've been working on stuff on the coding side behind the scenes for a while. I've been trying to get things all squared away for the studio side primarily, but I realized a lot of the stuff actually translates very easily over into Silverado. One of the things is our game activities. And one of those things that could happen, and this is honestly probably wouldn't work well for these streams, but they would be absolutely hilarious to see for another stream. Maybe I'll have to see if there's anybody that wants to try and utilize the tool and have it tested on their end. Some people are the builders, others are the users. I'm very much a builder, and I don't really get a whole. I don't really have the personality kind of to really get a stream going where you can really test this system out. But I think it would be hilarious, some of the stuff that you could do with it. One of the things I recently learned about in the coding side is how to play mini games, and it's basically the chat using either text in the chat or button features inside of Silverado to actually play one of these activities. Trade this item, I don't want it. Ew. I guess I'll take that. Alright, Bastion, where do you see them? Oh, yes, indeed. Yeah, you better run, Spider-Gwen. You're about ready to be smacked. Whoa. Alright, did we get them both? Perfect. Thank you. I got some healing mist for us when we get out. Good play there. A lot of guys over there, including Spider-Gwen. Alright, I can't hit him from back here. I'm going in. Yeah, I hit him. Oh, it worked. Finally. Where's the others? Are they all gone? Wow. Okay. Cool. Swap out pistols. Man, this thing is strong. Oh no, out of fuel. Like Godzilla, do we have to go down to the bottom of the ocean to get recharged? Or find a nuke? Yeah, destroy those bushes. Make sure they can't hide anywhere. Kind of strange, there's actually still 5 people. Oh, that's a storm. There he is. No, not Bastion. Why? Why? The villains. How dare you? Golly, no. But come on, why didn't I work with that? Come on. Blast. Man, those bats are hard to use. Dang, those people knew how to use that effectively. So we'll have to figure out something though for the watch party sort of thing. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Well, you know, I'll put out a Discord poll for that. I haven't done a Discord poll in a while. I did those a lot early on. Those kind of tapered off as things changed. And I never wanted to leave them behind. I just couldn't think of anything to use them for, since I myself couldn't even like figure out proper stream times. I was like all over the place. Oh, you got the wolf. How wonderful. The demon wolf. I mean, the rich oligarch-looking wolf. I just got the dopey little sidekick wolf. But yeah, we'll have to figure something out. Because In Time is on that list. Southern Yankee might be on that list as well. I think people would find it hilarious, but it would definitely speak to a different sort of audience. Hello there, Jess. How are you doing? Most of the movies would have to be ones that are like, you know, you're not going to get into serious trouble for watching. But I'm sure there's quite the list of movies that you can watch. Maybe some of the old classics as well. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Watch Father Goose or something like that. Some of the old World War II comedies. Alright, let me see what's on the quest here. I gotta use the black market again, so we gotta go back to the bank one last time. What's another movie? Another classic that would be like one people would really enjoy. We could see some of the some of the older animations out there. Haven't done like a movie review in a long time. Those were a lot of fun. The ones I did with rolling chairs, those were. I personally really liked them. But I've noticed that since then I've not watched like anything. It's kind of interesting, actually. I spend like no time watching TV shows anymore. No time watching TV, no time watching movies. Man, there's heist bags everywhere. Oh, there we go. Laser. Just what I needed. Thanks to Brick Life mode and when needing to have something, I go AFK I can AFK the Winterfest fireplace. I'm at 123 for the level. Nice. Yeah, righty. Here we go. Criminal time. Yes, get lasered. Ooh. You big villain, you Ant-Man look-alike. Yeah. You know, actual bank vaults are fascinating things to look into how secure they are. It's really fascinating, the level of detail and engineering they put into it. Basically, to break a bank vault is almost guaranteeing that you're going to lose all the money inside because it has to get so hot. I've been doing story quests and kind of doing weeklies too, but probably 3/4 of the levels are from those. Alright, let's go spend this criminal currency. Where's a car? Too bad you can't get one of the buses. That'd be nice. By the way, Bastion, how's the volunteers' work been going? Across on the Discord on the video link there, so I think it's my audio in here that's just all screwy. All right, there we go. Try that again.
I haven't been going to the volunteer work. I've been a bit busy. Later today, I'm going to a baby shower in Mexico, right? 1 for me.
Well, hope that goes well. All right. I need to check one more thing over here. Stand by, folks. All right. Where is this? Okay. That's weird. Okay, maybe this will work. All right. Oh, that's much clearer. Huh. Wonder why that was acting up so badly. All right, we're off to spend some money. All right, time to be crimers. Sell crime tokens. Yes, Vulture Boon. Thank you. And, get this will. Not like I'm going to be very good with it. Take out that criminal. All right. Who's shooting out here? Whoa, that guy hit hard. Oh, it's Ahsoka. Oof. good weapon for that. I thought I had a different rifle, and then suddenly I got close and I realized I didn't. Ah, blast. Actually, I'm going to make a quick list here. Let's see here. Movies. In time. Southern Yankee. Maybe there's an old... Oh. I don't know which one, but maybe throw VeggieTales into that mix. Man, my movie collection over here is small. There's some anime that could be pulled out, but I don't have a whole lot. And Japan would not appreciate that. Some of the older ones you can get away with, but not the newer ones. Maybe... Maybe some of the old sitcoms. Yeah. Maybe. Anyway. I'll keep adding to that list when I think of shows. And then someday we'll, have some sort of watch party for some of them. Of course, like I mentioned before, starting with In Time, because I still think that's like one of the most important ones that one can watch, especially for the online spaces. All right, feel free to choose where you want to go, Bastion. I'll follow you. Oh, from each black... Oh. I messed that up. All right, sounds good. Maybe watch some of the old Disney movies that are starting to become legal to watch. Snow White should be on that list. Pinocchio, I think, moved into that list this year. I still remember when I was at Disney and I saw the a leader of the company, one of the top 5 people, come by, and he was waiting for things to kind of get ready for his presentation, and so he just went onto YouTube and looked up a pirated version of Cinderella and let it play on the TV screen while he was getting his stuff together. It's like, you're using a pirated version? You, number 5 on the rank of the company? Good omen. Apparently not for him. This bot is slippery. What the? He's immune. Okay, something's up with that. I gotta back away for a moment. Something is deeply off about this. Let me double check this right here. Really, there's no in-game stuff. What the? There's no game audio? That's... Okay, something is deeply off right now. I think when my mic went out, things start glitching, but I can't tell. Advanced. Fortnite audio. Okay, yeah, it died. Wow. Okay, get rid of that. Bring in new audio capture. Wow. Okay, well, that's back. Yeah, well, sorry about that, folks. Didn't realize that, you can tell that I've not been doing this as much as I used to. Things like that normally would get caught, like, right away. I didn't realize I was going the whole time without it. Still a little loud there. I had to basically create a whole new audio file, audio capture for that. Huh. Well, live and learn. Oh, this guy's a bot. That explains how come I couldn't destroy him. Take this, hot dog. Wow. No, just hasn't been. All right, grab this. Strange. All right. Gotta find melee items. So old Disney animations will start to become more readily available. The one that I really look forward to is when Peter Pan finally enters the public domain, although at the same time I'm not liking how people are abusing some of the content that comes out. It always turns dark and evil. People don't use it for good because the people that love the product don't want to see anything new come out. So they're not going to pay for it, but they will pay for something horrible to come out. So you'll have things like Winnie the Pooh go murderous. Oh my goodness, that was close. Go murderous, but you won't see a friendly Winnie the Pooh being produced. Isn't that kind of interesting how culture just likes to degrade things over time? It's not really a way to avoid it unless people actually pay for good versions. Like, honestly, if I was to go out and make a Winnie the Pooh, Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, as told by Alaska Man Jeff, no one would care about that. But if I were to do something where Winnie the Pooh is a mass murderer, everyone would want to watch it. Well, not everyone. What I mean is that by comparison. And that's exactly what the horror company the horror fairy tales. People don't want things that are wholesome, family friendly, that are meaningful. I would like to be able to make some quality stuff in that sense, but again, no one would pay attention. And if you try and do your own stuff, it's even harder to try and get noticed. Maybe there is a way to do it, though. I can't think of what that would be. One of the things is if you change the setting, it would make it interesting, but it still would not really win over the people who are original fans of the product. So how do you win over people that are fans of the old and would be willing to see it renewed? Like if I went out and made Steamboat Willie, the sequel, no one's going to care. But it makes Steamboat Willie the horror story and everybody would care. Can't hit him. Well done. That's another thing, actually. I just realized I need to start doing again. I need to double check if Fortnite's verse code has been updated. If you remember, last year we put things on hold for the game of tag in Fortnite because the game became so clunky, and every time I was trying to do changes, it was being destroyed. I wonder if they fixed that by now. I mean, if they haven't, then that would be super embarrassing. But I wanted to give it a couple of months, and I have. I think it's time to reopen it. Maybe in June, when I get when my schedule changes. Bat! Oh boy. I gotta find myself a baseball. Wouldn't that be great if there's two items? One was a baseball, and so you had to get two of them to make it into a ranged weapon. But I also realized that I think I know how to actually fix the verse code for what it was. So I was trying to get it to where you had to use an item on somebody. I think I need to just have it to where a person crosses over, and you can use a damage sphere for that. At which point you can use other vehicles, you can use mobility blades, and every time someone gets hit with a weapon, maybe they slow down instead. I guess that's probably the best way to do it. Because I don't like the fact that it got shelved and I never got a chance to go back and fix it. But man, I saw so many forums where people were just complaining about the program being so finicky. And I just got discouraged with that. I was like, well, if they're not going to fix the darn code, what's the point? question is, how fast could I actually make it? Because I don't want to want it to end up being months like it was the last time. Ooh, Cybertruck. Oh, there are several Cybertrucks driving around in Alaska right now. They finally grew in popularity, and they do not weather well with the cold weather. Ooh, nicely done. Gonna get the Cybertruck again. So the damage sphere would fix the Fortnite game of tag. I wonder if I could make like I wonder if I could actually make the game by going back and updating it without having to rebuild it, because that was one of the problems of the last time. It looked like I was going to have to rebuild everything. Home run! Oh, never mind. Why can't I hit you? There we go. Look what they did to the car. Mm-hmm. I had another one. Oh. They're up at the top of the mountain. Oof. This is not good. Ooh, dang, that hurt. Where'd they go? Oh, come on. There he is, behind us. Oh, ouch. Watch it turn out as Cappy. Nope. Well, 6th place. Not terrible, but man, it is hard to get to the top without swords. I think I'll do one last one, then we'll wrap things up there. So if we were to create the game of tag and just abbreviate it with the damage spheres or cubes or whatever you want to, whatever tool wants to be used. I think it's possible to get it done within 3 streams. That's assuming that we can use all the tools and whatnot in the setting that was done last time. The one thing that I cannot figure out is the team matching. That was the thing that broke me on the previous one. It was so finicky. And it's impossible to test without having multiple players. When you're doing tests, you don't want to have to bring in multiple players to test it. And so I was waiting for good documentation to come out for that. Because the damage of the weapon was one thing. But the fact that they could not get the team matching to work, that's game breaking. Anyway, I'll check out the verse code sometime before summer comes around, and if it's fixed, we'll go back and take another crack at that. Because I don't want to leave it as an unfinished project. Like the t-shirts, I don't want to leave that unfinished. Which, again, like I mentioned earlier, I figured out what the problem was. And now I got to reprint. But anyway. By the way, I went skiing the other day. Last weekend. I went skiing for the first time in 2 years. And the skiing was horrible conditions for the snow, but it was beautiful conditions in terms of being nice, clear weather. Except for the very top of the mountain. It was very snowy, very hard to see, and thankfully didn't get injured, but I gotta say, I was out of practice. Uh-oh. All right, gotta get Bastion. Okay, well, got this. Gotta find a reboot van. Other side. Pardon me. Oh, come on. Yes, it worked. Oof. Okay, he jumped out behind. He's looping around. He's going to be coming this way. There he is. That was super close. Nicely done. He's coming upstairs. Oof. Ah, phooey. Alright, let's reset that one since that was an early elimination. I guess we'll steer clear of the bank area. I didn't think about that. So trying to do it in 2-3 streams, I think is plausible since I already know what needs to happen. I just need to figure out the team code. But if they have fixed that code, we might even be able to do it within one session. I know that's wishful thinking, but the prototype of it, of where you can like actually start testing it. The one thing that could be a bit of a problem, and this I encountered this last year, their restrictions for a minimum follower count is actually pretty severe and does limit a lot of the things you can do with your with getting your game out there. So that could be a bit of a problem. And I really do not want to be known as someone who creates Fortnite minigames. I really don't want that to be a title that I get. So I don't really want to even try to get it to... If there's a need to try and do something with the... to get the 1,000 follower count that they have, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I really don't want to have... Maybe I'll make like a dummy account and have it just for the Fortnite nonsense. And that way you can use it for that. But even so, that'd be a tough one to try and sell for that. So maybe I'll just make the mini game and let it kind of be as is. Let's go to my favorite little town on this map. Alright, one other team is followed. Give me that weapon. What's that sound? Is that the bot? Nope, someone else. If I can not get out, let me out. Hey, beach fella. All right. Lovely. So if there was a dummy account that would help out with being able to allow for the sharing of social media and not have it swamp everything else. Of course, that's assuming it even does get swamped, which honestly, not guaranteed. It's more like just so that the bots don't, come out and harass. But I also don't want a lot of the problems that we've encountered over the last couple of weeks. Because that really did cause a little bit of a problem. That's interesting. Let's see here. Let me try and translate that. Gotta double check something. Something's off with that. Uh-huh. That's why it's messed up. So the nose on that character is backwards. So is that right there. So this texture is backwards. It says mohe. Of which mohe is a people group on the northeastern region. Really? That's it? Oh, wait a minute. It's oh wait, there's more characters here. Heino mohe. Heino mohe. Alright, let's see what that is. Heino mohe. Oh, okay. So, it's actually a face that you can draw. A known face that gets drawn. Okay, so here is... okay, so here's the character that the references. So there's more than just that. There's other iterations here. Question is, what does it mean? Face drawn with hiragana characters. Became popular during the Edo period. The word breaks down to 7 hiragana characters. The first 2 are the eyebrows, nose, mouth. Okay. But what does it say? Often used to symbolize a nondescript or generic human face. Interesting. Well, learned something new. Now, I gotta get out of the storm. Oh, I am hurting bad, actually. Dang, I stayed in the storm way too long to look at that. I think I could have died over here. Thank you, Bastion. I need that. Well, now you know it, folks. Generic human face. Return the favor with Squishy. By the way, folks, if you've not heard the Erudai with Moonskull had a falling out with a certain YouTube group that you and I all know about, and it hit him hard financially. And so just know that if you're interested in watching D&D streams, be sure to check out Moonskull. He could definitely use your viewership, even if you're not a super big fan of that stuff, to help reestablish himself with these more difficult times. As you all know, I experienced the same thing a couple of years ago, and it was a very hard thing to try and rebound from. And thankfully, you all were here during that time frame, and it helped out tremendously. But it is something where now he's having to deal with that. So he has my sympathy, as that is no fun to have to go through. All right, someone's over there. Concentrate all your firepower on the nearest of... Never mind. Oh, no. Dang nabbit. Oh, well. Good try there, Bastion. I'm just not on my game tonight. You know, it comes from not playing this game in 2 weeks. Well, we're going to call it there, folks. Much appreciated, Bastion, for participating. You helped me get a little bit further than where I would have been able to get it by myself, especially with the quests there. To the rest of you, we're not going to be doing a raid tonight. The raid side doesn't have enough to try and do that with, but much appreciated for your stopping by, and hope you have a very pleasant evening and morning wherever you are. Hope your Saturday is a wonderful and productive one. Before we close out, if you have anything you kind of want to see with some of these streams, I'm looking for ideas. Because the games are going to need to change. I'm not sure into what. I'm not sure if the games are in what way, but I do want to keep some games around. They're just not going to be super regular, so I'm always open to suggestions, as you all know. Might not be able to act on it right away. Might take a little while. Might take a full year to finally come around to actually fulfill some of the obligations, but I'm in the process right now of trying to figure out how to fulfill some of the older obligations. So that means like the old artwork that need to be redeemed, the t-shirts, and the Fortnite custom game. Those are on my radar, and those have been a main focus for me. Well, some of them have been main focus for me over the last couple of days. So anyway, we're going to continue to make that a primary focus until we get through all of the previous obligations before we start to venture into the next phase of some of these projects. Anyway, have a very pleasant evening and morning, everybody. Just a reminder, be civil to one another. And we will see you next time, whenever that is. Thank you, Bastion. Chat with you all later.